This is a meal prep video for your work lunches, work or school or wherever you're going. We're going to cover how to plan and make lunches or dinners for the whole week. That way you don't have to think about it, worry about it, or spend money buying food outside of the house. There are so many reasons to do this. You're going to save money not spending $5, $10, $15 on breakfast or lunch or dinner every day. You'll save time as well when you come home from work and just sit there like, oh, what am I going to make for dinner? You're going to know, which is great. There's also portion and calorie control. You're not going to have crazy added sodium or sugar or carbohydrates or whatever because you know precisely what is going into your food because you make it. And for me, frugality outweighs gluttony. So even if I'm feeling like, oh man, I'm really craving a burrito today, if I have a meal in my work refrigerator that I've already made, I am way too frugal to throw out that food, so I will go eat it whether I feel like it or not. So for me, it just makes it really easy to make good food decisions. So ideally, you will have a fridge available at your workplace or your school to store this in. If not, you can use a lunch bag and take the meal frozen out of the freezer in the morning, let it thaw throughout the day. I'll have links in the description for people who don't have a fridge or freezer available to them. First, you need a plan. I recommend the website and app MyFitnessPal, which allows you to add foods and then see the breakdown of calories and nutrition. You can plan out the whole day's meals of what you're going to eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can double check the calories and nutrition to make sure that it's in line with what you want to be eating. If you're really like, I do not know how to cook, I do not know any recipes, I do not know where to start, there are again links in the description with recipes and advice that will help you. I think the easiest way to start is to just make lunches for the 5 days of the work week. So if you're going to do that, then just multiply that amount of food, the number of servings. So, 1 cup of rice, 3/4 of a cup of a vegetable, and 1 hamburger patty and 1 green salad. Multiply that by 5, and there's your shopping list. So now that you know exactly what you need to cook and how much of it, grab that shopping list, go get the ingredients, and set aside a couple hours on a Sunday or whatever your day off is, and make it. When your food is done, put it away in some fridge and freezer and microwave safe containers. You can start by reusing takeout containers. Those little like clear miso soup containers are like the most versatile container that I have in my pantry. I also have some storage containers that are specific for my weekly lunches. They have 3 compartments in the container. That way the food doesn't like spill in and mix in with each other. So I'll put that link in the description. Point being, you're going to portion out each of your meals in a little container. This is the fun part for me, seeing all the food laid out in these beautiful containers. The subreddit Meal Prep Sunday is just filled with beautiful, like calming pictures of people's Tupperware all lined up. What you're gonna do is put the next 2 days worth of food in the fridge, and if the meal that you made is able to be frozen, something like soup or stew or roasted or steamed vegetables, something along those lines, put the rest in the freezer. But there's lots of food that will last for 5 days in the fridge. If I make like baked potatoes or rice or something like that, it's all okay in the fridge for 4 days. So here's an example of my weekly prep. To start with, I prepare overnight oats for breakfast. I'll do kind of 2 days in advance, so I'll do 1 batch on Sunday, 1 batch on Tuesday night, and usually something special for Friday. I used to keep instant oatmeal and cereal in my desk at work and sort of vary which one I was eating, but to be honest, that was way too much sugar for me. I love eating fruit, so I'd rather get my sugar for the day from that source. I covered how I make my oats in a different video, which I will link and also put a recipe in the description. Then I'll prep my lunches. Sometimes it's soup, sometimes it's just a big salad with like roasted tofu and some awesome dressing. This example is very wintry. We've had a basmati rice with roasted butternut squash and some tempeh. I have a green salad on the side, so what I would do is I would heat up the whole container and then put the tempeh on top of the salad. It's a really nice combo. I find it to be sort of a dry flavor, tempeh on its own, but over a salad, it tastes really good. It's almost effortless. You just throw the rice in the water in a pot and get it boiling while you prepare the squash. A little bit of olive oil or other vegetable-based oil, salt and pepper, put it on a roasting pan with either foil or a silicone baking sheet, which I love, and let them both go. And then I'll also just pan sear the tempeh really quickly, do a soy marinade, and just sear it for like 2 or 3 minutes on each side to give it some kind of texture on the outside. And I'll also prep a few small side salads. I'll do 3 days at a time because you can't freeze lettuce. And then on Wednesday night for Thursday and Friday, just prep 2 more. There are so many possibilities. I love doing this. This is so much fun. Again, there are so many resources out there. There are so many websites that will let you say, hey, I have, ingredients A, B, C, and D in my fridge, what can I make? And as you keep doing this, you will get better at it. It will get more instinctual. You'll get better able to sort of think about how much of each food you're going to need and what recipes you're going to want at different times during the year. And again, you can do this for dinner, you can do this for breakfast. There are great breakfast burrito recipes that you can make ahead of time. You can scale up and feed your whole family for the week, or you can just start out by making your own lunch for yourself 1 or 2 days a week. Let us know what your favorite meals are to prepare ahead of time, your favorite resources for cooking. Again, check that description. It is chock full of links, and I will see you tomorrow.